Hi guys, welcome to Prischewdotcom's coverage of the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge Singapore 2025. So more than 12,000 participants from over 400 companies took part in the 20th anniversary edition of the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge held yesterday.
Hi guys, it's Prischew from Prischewdotcom here again, and I am at the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge Singapore 2025, which is taking place this evening. So JP Morgan is a series of 5.6-kilometer races that take place in many countries worldwide, and the Singapore leg is today. So it is a very hot afternoon, so we are in for a very hot and humid run. Me and my 3 teammates are all here raring to go and eager to take part in the run, soaking up the race atmosphere. We will all catch up with you after the race, where I will share how my race went, as well as catch up with them on how their race did. Until then, we will all see you at the finish point. This is Prischew from Prischewdotcom. If you enjoyed what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, see you after my race. Bye.
The JP Morgan Corporate Challenge flagged off at 5 p.m. in the evening. We entered the start pen at about 4:40 p.m. The green bib did not have such a big crowd, but the blue bibs were filling up very fast. So there was plenty of space to walk around and do a little bit of warm-up, as well as enjoy the atmosphere created by the MCs. The MCs were doing an extremely amazing job to hype out the crowd, and we were lapping it all up thoroughly. It was proving to be an extremely hot and humid afternoon. The sun was burning brightly, and I knew it was going to be a very challenging race ahead because of the weather. At 5 p.m. sharp, we were off. They were very punctual with a flag of timings. So the crowd was pretty amazing, and everybody took off at breakneck speed trying to set a good pace. I attempted to run at about 4:40 to 4:50 pace, because this is a pace that by right I should be able to maintain for a 5.6k distance, but the heat proved to be more challenging than I expected, and it was significantly warmer than I originally anticipated it to be. So because of this, I eventually found myself slowing down.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi Prischewdotcom watchers.
Please watch, like, share, and subscribe.
And come back next year for next year's JP Morgan. Hello.
Well done.
There were quite a number of U-turns and out and backs along the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge route. It is not the easiest running route in Singapore, even though it is mostly flat. But one thing I really have to say is that the views were extremely stunning and gorgeous. It is always amazing to be running past the Singapore Flyer and seeing the beautiful Marina Bay backdrop in the distance. Honestly, no matter how many times I have seen it, this is a view that I will never get tired of, guys. I counted 2 water points along the way for the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge. So usually this should be enough for a 5.6 km distance, and I generally don't need to hydrate when running such distances, but the heat was so challenging, I had to actually stop here for a few seconds and catch a breather. When I saw the 4 km marker, I was pretty excited because this meant that we had just 1 more mile left to go. Basically, at this point, I am just trying not to die and trying to complete the race. It was pretty nice to see some spectators with funny signages along the way. It was pretty depressing to run past the finish line at 5 km before crossing the final out and back segment to make up 5.6. But I made it and I crossed the finish line in just over 29 minutes. It was an extremely hot and humid race. The weather was super brutal, but other than that, I only have good things to say about JP Morgan. The experience overall, super well organized and fantastic race experience. I will share more when I chat to my teammates afterwards about how our race experience has gone. But would I take part again? Yes, I definitely would. This has got to be one of the better organized, if not the best organized race right here in Singapore. After the race, I also have to thank JP Morgan for the generosity in giving us access to the JP Morgan hospitality tent. The hospitality was amazing and the post-run makan was extremely delicious. I really enjoyed the food, the hospitality, the music and the entertainment, and I would definitely be back again. Thank you so much for everything, JP Morgan.
Hi guys, it's Prischewdotcom from Prischewdotcom here, and we have just completed the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge 2025. So my team comprised of the 4 of us, YJ, Ian, Imran and me. So I have first YJ, who was the fastest runner in our team, clocking a time of sub 23 minutes. So YJ, can you tell us how you ran so fast and what your race experience was like as part of Team Prischewdotcom?
So it was a real fantastic journey, man. How I ran so fast? Nah, I don't think I was very fast. There were a lot of people faster than me. But this race strategy actually was quite bad for me because I saw so many elite runners, so I wanted to test myself. So I ran like maybe 3 minutes 33 for my first km, and the rest I just struggled to hold on. Yeah, but it was a great experience, and check out the VIP tent too. Oh my gosh, such a wonderful experience.
What was the one thing you enjoyed the most about the race experience?
I felt that the race experience was like really organized and very smooth. Yeah, so everything that can be controlled. Well, don't talk about the weather, but the backdrop, the flow, everything. The course was quite well marked out, and yeah, I felt that was quite good compared to some of the races I've been in.
So are you happy overall with the race?
Yeah, it's a great experience. Yeah.
So the second fastest runner on our team Prischewdotcom was Ian, who clocked a time of 26 minutes. Is that correct?
26 something, yeah.
So just over 26 minutes. So Ian and I started the race together, and he overtook me after somewhere within the first kilometer. So Ian, can you share how was your race experience and what you enjoyed the most about the JP Morgan Challenge?
I mean, JP Morgan has been a key part of my kind of running years since I really started running. I've run in London and I'm now running in Singapore. For me, it's just a really enjoyable experience. It's a really nice, there's a really nice camaraderie and it's a really nice atmosphere. And it's not necessarily like who comes fastest. Sure, there's always winners and there is a leaderboard. And we probably talk about that later, where we came. But it's a really nice atmosphere. It's very kind of inclusive and you've got people walking it. they've got a lot of start waves, so it's kind of something for everyone. It's just really nice to come together with your team, whether that's a company or otherwise, and just celebrate together. And you do a nice run around Singapore, and like the weather was a bit challenging for me. Certainly, it's very hot, but views are really nice, and there's really good hospitality after as well. So it's a really enjoyable day. It's not for me, not necessarily a race, but it's just a really nice thing to share with your colleagues or your co-workers.
So would you be back?
Yeah, definitely. I've been doing it since 2019 in London. I've got all the t-shirts, including the 2020, which is a virtual one because COVID. I'll definitely be back next year.
Nice to know that. And yeah, so the third fastest runner on the team was me. So I completed in 29 minutes and 01 seconds. So about what was my race experience like, I guess I probably have to interview myself. Well, it was pretty challenging in terms of the weather. As Ian said, the sun was pretty scorching, and because of that my pace struggled quite a bit, but it's an extremely well organized race. I always look forward to the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge, and I definitely would love to come back every year if that is possible. The organization is top notch. The way everything is put together and run is absolutely fantastic, and JP Morgan Corporate Challenge is definitely one of the better organized races here in Singapore.
It's probably the better one, but yeah. The backdrop is super well organised. I can't say the same for another run last year. Really well organised. The route maybe a little bit on the short side, but this is Singapore. We're kind of used to that. But overall, really well organised. No complaints at all.
Yep.
I think we had a really good, enjoyable time. I've got colleagues who ran it as well. They had a really good time. I'm sure. Yeah, it's very successful. It's 20 years in the making, right? So it's her 20th birthday this year.
Yep,
20 years to perfect everything and to get everything right, and we wish him another 20 years of happiness.
Yep, happy 20th birthday, JP Morgan Corporate Challenge. So here I also have Imran, who also represented Prischewdotcom team, and Imran also had a fantastic experience at JP Morgan Corporate Challenge. So why don't you share with us about how you enjoyed the race, like from the beginning to the end, what your experience was like?
Yeah, so we started at around 4 or 5 o'clock when it was super hot, but honestly this is one of my favorite races in Singapore. Main reason for it is that you get to meet all your friends from the Singapore running community. There's great vibes, there's great music, and it is impeccably hosted well, right? Not all the races in Singapore are hosted as well as this. It's very well organized, and it's just a great fun run to do.
Yep, unfortunately, the weather is the only thing we probably cannot control.
Absolutely.
Yep, but other than that, it was really a fantastic race experience. So would you be back?
I would love to come back every year. I was here last year and loved it, and this year I loved it as well. It's fantastic. Yep.
Yay, thank you so much for watching. So there you have it. This is our Prischewdotcom team from JP Morgan Corporate Challenge 2025. YJ, Ian, me and Imran. If you enjoyed what you saw, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel at Prischewdotcom. Remember, like, share and subscribe. Until then, I will catch up with you in my next video. See you and goodbye.
Goodbye.